Steam locomotives require water to be heated to produce the steam to power the locomotives. The area where the heat is produced is normally called a firebox. In the standard firebox of the 1930s, the firebox is surrounded on 5 sides by water.
The bottom of the firebox is open to the track below, only covered by the grate that holds the coal. The grate allows air to be drawn in and hot embers, ash and other waste to fall out into the ashpan. Damper doors above the ashpan control the air that rises through the grate.
Here you can see the firebox on the left with the grate below. The heat from the fire travels down fuels through the water into the boiler and heats it up. Steam is collected in the green area at the top and the steam dome directs it towards the superheater tank. Normal steam is wet, superheated steam is dry, and this superheated steam is directed down towards the pistons to power the locomotive valve gear. So the design of the firebox is one of the critical points of the locomotive. The top of the firebox was often covered with fire bricks that redirected the heat towards the rear of the firebox. That has the effect of ensuring a complete combustion. So let's compare the fireboxes of these 3 railway companies of the 1930s, the golden age of the steam locomotives. The LNER A3 locomotive was built between 1928 and 1935. It had a firebox surface area of 215 feet square and produced a boiler pressure of 222 pounds per square inch. The GWR King Locomotive, built between 1927 and 1936, it had a firebox surface area of 194 feet square and produced a high pressure of 250 psi. The Lms Coronation Locomotive was produced a little later, between 1937 and 1948. It also had a boiler pressure of 250 psi, but needed a 15% larger firebox surface area of 230 feet squared. Why was it that the earlier design GWR King produced the same boiler pressure as the later design Lms Coronation, but could do this with a much smaller firebox surface area? The answer is the quality of the coal. GWR used the far supreme Welsh coal, which burnt with more heat than the coal used by other companies. This is because Welsh coal has a higher percentage of carbon in its composition, typically about 90%, whereas other British coal has as low as 70% carbon. From the Southern Valley Railway, back to the studio.